Hello everybody, Aaron Productions behind the scenes here, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a review, of the ZOSI, or however you pronounce it, DVR and cameras. These three are the new cameras that I got today. I have another one that is going to be replacing this one, which is a prime security one. It's one of those super dome cameras, but it doesn't have IR, so all you can see is the light from the neighbor's yard. And then this is a Samsung camera, so I guess you could do a little bit of a comparison. The IR is more like focused in the middle. This one's kind of more spread out. And also I just wanted to point out that this rolling RGB thing across the screen, that is because of the cable. I have cheap cables going to this camera and this camera, which is also why you see the herringbone patterns. I think that's what it's called, or something to that effect. They also just went away, but it's coming back. I don't know, but it's down to the interference in the cables, not the camera itself. And these cameras that I got today, which I'm gonna try not to cut this video just to keep it simple, since I don't want to edit it. This is the camera. I obviously painted this one. It actually has deck stain on it because I really care too much about like making it look good or anything, because it's just going to be like under my deck to monitor things in the yard. But since I do live in a homeowners association, I have to make everything match the house, so I painted the cameras green. Well, two of them green and one of them brown, and the other one goes inside. I do have some other cameras that are cheap that are also going inside to monitor some rooms for safety, like where the security system is and things like that. But oh yeah, there's two little screws. This camera, I don't know if I really like the mounting system on it. It has two screws, which that one has a little bit of paint in there, but basically what it does is you have this little armature right here with the little teeth in it, and then you have to screw that down, and then this one right here allows you to rotate the camera this way. And the Samsung cameras and the other cameras I have, which once again, try not to cut the video here, have the little unscrew at the base, and then it has the ball joint. I really prefer that much more than this system that they have here, because if you're in a tight space, it's pretty much impossible to tighten up the screws. But I just leave it tight and then like turn it a little bit. It doesn't need to be like rock hard on there. So these are 720p cameras. They have an IR cut filter, so like a manual one, so it actually looks good. It doesn't have the IR open all the time. Same thing with that one. That one didn't have any IR. And as you can see, those things are back. I don't know. It included its own cables, but I already had cables run from the other cameras, so I just, I'm going to use these for the newer cameras that I'm using, just to fill in the rest of the channels, because this is an 8-channel DVR. So it's separate, sort of, so I wonder if it has more insulation. Maybe it's a little bit better. But the other ones that I'm using are the Anki ones. I guess that's how you say it. Here's the DVR. I have it behind here. I have an Ultronics power supply. There's 2 cameras per channel. It's 4 not really channels. There's 4 outputs on it. And here is the 8 channels on the DVR. Of course, all BNC connectors. I have it connected with VGA, which is why it's like square on the rectangle monitor, which is kind of annoying. Comes with the mouse, and yeah, I think that's it. But to like get into the menu and things like that, all you do is right click, and they got like a fire going on over there. But you could do things like have only a few channels showing. You could have like one channel be large, and then you could also move it around like that. So if you wanted to monitor the stairs or the deck, you could see like lightning bugs. So for 720p, I'd say these cameras are pretty good.
This one doesn't look as good in the day, the Samsung one, but those might be 360. I'm not sure. I didn't check. Start scan. So this will just I guess it's not going to do it. Here, just stop it. But also you could change the color of the thing. So like manually brightness. So default that. And you could do that for each of the channels. So obviously, you know, you could do everything. E-zoom, so like if I wanted to zoom in on the exit sign, you could see that. And there's also a spider web falling. Back into the menu, you could record playback, take a photo, audio, which I don't have, PTZ, which I also don't have that either. There goes something on the camera, it looks like a spider, yeah. Huh. Stop recording, playback, main menu. Oops, I should just exit out of. Sorry about this, guys. It's not supposed to be like a good video. And oh my god, I can't use the mouse with my left hand. Okay. So we have setup, which has things like basic setup has all this information right here. Which I'm not going to go through, like language. You have date and time over there as well. Record, you can set alarm for motion, schedule. This thing doesn't have a schedule to restart. I asked the company, but well, first of all, they don't speak English. They use that translating service, so it's hard to understand what they're trying to say. And then they kept asking me to leave a review, so I just turned off messages on Messenger. But shutdown, upgrade, which if you click on that, it'll update the device. Disk management, you can see how much is left on your hard drive, which it has to be a SATA hard drive, I think. That's the only one it supports. If it gets full, it should overwrite it, but you could also just format it, and that'll reset it. Log off, you do have to set a password. System information has things like the QR code to scan to get into the app. There goes a car, so and things like that. So that's my little review of the security system and cameras and what I think of them. They should last. I'll put it in the description of how long they lasted if they ever die. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.